And I believe it's now time for our first speaker of the day to kickstart our series of AI-oriented challenges. So allow me to introduce our first speaker. Now, our first speaker is going to be representing the IMAS, and he is none other than Mr. Edmund Lim, Enterprise Risk Manager from Nikko Asset Management, right? He's one of several speakers today representing IMAS. So just a quick word about IMAS. IMAS is the national representative body of investment managers, right? So it spearheads the development of the industry in Singapore by fostering high standards of professionalism amongst the practitioners, as well as creating public awareness of and interest in the industry. And a bit about Edmund. So Edmund is the Enterprise Risk Manager based in Singapore. He works with the risk management team with coverage across Nikko, AM, Singapore, and Hong Kong, all right? And therefore, the challenge that Nikko is offering, right, is titled Streamline Risk Assessment Process to Allow for Outsourced Services. So I'd now like to hand you over to our very first speaker today, Edmund. Take it away, Edmund.
Well, thank you, Billy, for your quick introduction. Please allow me to share my slides. Okay. Just give me a moment. All right, first of all, I think let me thank IMDA and IMAS for this great opportunity. And this curated initiative to bring together all local companies on one common platform for digital acceleration. So for those who are not aware of who we are, Nikko Asset Management is one of the largest asset management in Asia, with a global presence in US, Europe, APAC, and 284 billion asset under management. We have investment capabilities across 8 various asset classes over a range of equity, fixed income, and multi-asset strategy. In addition to the active managed funds, we also manage a suite of passive strategy, including some of the largest ETFs in Asia. Now, going into today's topic.
Sorry, Edmund, may I just interrupt for a little bit? You are currently showing your presenter view for your slides, so we can all see your notes.
Oh, so sorry.
Are you able to switch back to the presentation? No worries. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see, how do I do that?
Yeah. And just launch your slideshow. You can just launch it. It's cool. We're all trying new things today, so we're all innovating in a sense. It's part of the challenge of innovating. You're trying to do new stuff, and and it's a bit of a trial and error sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Is it okay?
Okay, it looks great now. Thank you very much.
Okay, just give me a moment. Hi, can you see my slides now? Or are you still looking at my presenter?
Okay, yeah, we're still seeing a presenter view. It's okay. It's the mysteries of software. Like, it never behaves the way we want them to. Okay, it looks good now. Okay, you can try again.
Okay. Okay. So I will continue from here. So as you know, we are an asset manager across headquartered in Japan, and we offer a suite of products across fixed income, equities, and also multi-asset strategy, as well as on top of an active managed fund, we also have passive managed strategy, including one of the largest ETF in Asia. So now coming to the problem that we are trying to solve today, right? So before I dive into the process itself, right, I just want to say that so outsourcing, right, basically is engaging a service provider for service that may be currently or potentially be performed by the company itself. So right, although the outsourcing brings along benefits to the company, right, it also increases the risk to the company. So if not properly managed, it will impact the company ability to actually to comply with the regulations in Singapore. As you know, right, financial services is a heavily regulated industry in Singapore as well as all across the world. Okay, so can I get your attention to the colored arrows on the right of this slide? So at Nikko, right, we have a 5-step outsourcing framework. The first step is we will have a lot of discussion at various levels in the company. Yeah, we talk about the risk and the benefit, right? Once we are assured that the benefit is more than the risk, right? We will go ahead and choose and select the outsourced service provider. Yeah. When we engage the service provider, there is we need to ensure that we have adequate contractual terms and conditions, so to allow us to retain certain level of control over and oversight over the service provider. And once we have on board the service provider on the agreed terms and condition, we will perform periodic reviews on the performance. And lastly, step 5, we need to implement this exit strategy plan to ensure that there's a smooth transition to the new service provider, or even to internalize to the firm. So as you can see, right, it's a complex process involving multiple stakeholders, subject matter experts inside and outside of the company. It also requires a lot of information exchange, including due diligence performed on the service provider, as well as gathering this information and assessment, right, and reporting and communicating across within the organization. And of course, the last two areas, so we have to continue to maintain the service provider, right, with the latest regulatory requirement. So the challenge is, right, how do we better streamline this process, right, using technology to allow the company to reach its strategic goals, as well as manage the risk and also comply to regulations. Okay, at Nikko, right, we envision the solution to have these main components. So firstly is the automated workflow management. This is to allow collaboration between different parties across the organization and at different point of the outsourcing journey, as well as coordination of support and approval with different hierarchy in the organization. And there should also be a database to store and retrieve the information. The database should be able to integrate across different databases so that the information should not be, we do not need to duplicate or re-enter the information when the information is available already. And lastly, the dashboard, there must be a reporting creation tool, as well as the risk trigger alert notification to all stakeholders. All right, this slide shows, summarize my presentation into 5 points, the requirement into 5 points. So I come to the last and final most important slide here. So what is it for you as a solver? So there is a prize money for POC as well as the final prototype. You get the opportunity to engage asset manager and also to embark on this innovation journey with us. And lastly, there is a network of opportunity with other financial institutions as well. All right, thank you for your time. I'll now open for any questions if you have.
Thank you very much, Edmund. Okay, well, welcoming questions from the floor right now in the Q&A chat box. If you have questions for Edmund and his challenge, do type them in and we'll try to respond as quickly as we can. In the meantime, I believe we've already received a couple of general questions regarding OIP, and we've already responded to them in the Q&A chat box as well. So do look out for the replies. Okay, Edmund, we have a question for you. Okay, the first question is, what sort of risk alerts are you expecting? And could you give some examples?
Okay, so what kind of the risk alert can be certain adverse news that is in the market, right? Let's say there's a downgrade of the credit profile of the company, or it could be a
Okay.
cyber attack. You know, yeah,
Okay.
we want to have a platform that has able to collect all these adverse news. They are related to our outsource provider,
Okay.
and simultaneously able to actually propagate all this information down to the respective business and stakeholders in the company.
Okay, that sounds good. So basically, you're looking for a way to track bad news as it happens, as soon as possible, right? To
Yes.
get in the system to record. Okay, I get it. Okay, there's a question about is it possible to reach out to Edmund for more private questions later on? Yes, I suppose, Edmund, you can entertain questions after this, but you can also feel free to join the OIP community on the website, and you can put in your questions on the forum related to this particular challenge. Oh, there's also a question from another attendee. It says, is the workflow primarily covering your outsourcing process? Edmund?
Yes, the solution that we're looking for is related to the outsourcing at this current point of time. But of course, this is very similar to any risk assessment tool, right? Which can be used for other purposes, other related activities. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, and we have another question. Let's see. Okay, there were quite a few questions. Okay, one person asked, do you currently use screening providers, for example, Dow Jones or World Check?
This is actually under my compliance department. I think they use certain tools to screen. Yes.
Okay. Or we can follow this up on the OIP forum as well. Yeah. I believe there's one more related to this. Are you intending to keep your current service processes when you are enabling a workflow automation? Or do you intend to keep your current processes? This is like a very tough question.
Yeah, this is because
yeah.
I think for every organization, the outsourcing framework or processes is very bespoke and tailored to their organization. So I think the solution has to be agile enough to, take in consideration the different setup and infrastructure of different companies.
Okay, that's a very good answer. Right. Okay. Well, the questions are coming fast and furious. Okay. One attendee asked, are your stakeholders both internal as well as external?
Yes. So when we talk about a platform, right, we are actually collaborating with internal as well as external parties. External parties are our service providers, right? Yeah, we wanted to have this common platform where you can collect and store the information, because right now everything is on email.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay. Another question. Are you looking to just support the Singapore operations only, because the different jurisdictions have different regulations for third-party risk? So is it only Singapore?
It could be used across all the different jurisdictions that the company operates. Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is it's not just Singapore, it could be across different jurisdictions. Okay, got that. And just let me scroll. Okay, we have, two more. Let's see, one. Arun Ramesh is asking, if we have a solution built on top of a licensed platform, will you be okay with that approach, Edmund? Built on top of a licensed platform?
I think we have to see the prototype and what kind of license are we looking at. Yeah, and I think ultimately, when it comes to license and it relates to the cost, whether the company has the appetite.
Yeah. Okay, but I think, Arun, I suspect nothing will stop you from coming up with a great proposal if you intend to build on a licensed platform. I think Edmund is open to exploring all sorts of potential solutions, right? We're not ruling anything out at this time, I believe. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think we have time for just one more question. Okay, this is from, I can't pronounce this name. Okay, it's a very complicated name. All right, which department in Nikko will be the main decision maker of this solution? Is it the compliance team or is it a procurement team?
Nikko, we have the outsourcing management group. It's a committee. So I guess the solution will be floated to the committee for further decision.
Okay, I believe this. Let me just look and see whether we have okay, one attendee asked, how do we reach out to send our proposal? Actually, the answer is very simple. You have to sign up to the OIP website to www.openinnovation.sg, and you have to register as a problem solver, and then you respond to the particular challenge. Okay, I hope that that answers your question. Okay, just let me scroll through to see what else is available. Do we have time for one more question, guys? Okay. Wow, Edmund, you're very popular today. Okay. I think we can just cover about two more questions. Okay, Michael Yin wants to ask if this is ESG compliance and based on what risk frameworks is. He wants to know if this is ESG compliance and based on what risk frameworks.
This is outsourcing, but of course, I think the talk in the town is about ESG, right?
Correct.
And
so
I think
environmental,
MAS is
social, and
also-
governance. Okay.
Yeah,
ESG,
and I think MAS is also promoting the ESG and environmental, initiative in Singapore. I think this element can be incorporated.
Okay. So it can be a variety of risk frameworks, not just one, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay. Wow. Okay. I think we have one final question, and I think this is something that everybody wants to know. What is IMAS involvement in the selection process?
I think we have to take this question offline.
Okay. We'll take
The
it offline,
collaboration
yeah.
is through IMAS, yes.
Okay. So it is a joint collaboration between IMAS, right, and your company. So yeah, basically, Nikko and IMAS will probably have a say in the final decision. Okay. Thank you. I think that's about it for the live questions. Okay. Thank you very much, Edmund. I think we can let you off the hook as we move on to our second speaker of the day. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day. And once again, if you have more questions, you can actually join the OIP forums on the website and post questions related to this particular challenge offered by Nikko.